Hello people, this is Gaming HQ and this is Derek. Back again. And Sony recently released the Uncharted trailer today, and I have pretty much went ahead and broken the trailer down for everybody, and I did some internet searching for a couple of hours just cause the internet was kind of in a really confused way with the new Uncharted trailer because nobody could figure out how this all connects or what's gonna happen in the next Uncharted game. And so what I've kind of done there is I've kind of went ahead and I think I've pretty much figured it out. Now the first thing I'm gonna say is that I figured it out, but then I haven't. I know what the story is, but I don't know what's the modern day motive behind it. And so what I'm going to tell you now is the person that was talking. The person that was definitely talking is a sailor from the 17th century named Robert Drury. Now, the thing about Robert Drury is, if you look in the trailer, you see Madagascar, and that's how I was able to double check and make sure it's the same Robert Drury that I was looking up. As it says right here, Robert Drury was shipwrecked at the age of 17. Now, looking at that, shipwrecked at the age of 17, he said, "You left me to die." And so what I'm thinking is Robert Drury he obviously wasn't alone. He was on a ship and they had to abandon ship for some reason. But I think the person that was on that ship was an ancestor of Nathan Drake. Yes, an ancestor of Nathan Drake. And if you listen, he says, "You left me there to die." Now, Robert Drury definitely was on the island of Madagascar. He would be trapped there for 15 years, as it says. Upon returning to England, a book allegedly recounting his memoirs would be published in his name in 1729. Now, what I also went ahead and looked at were the locations in the trailer. Some of them left me confused, and some of my results left me even more confused, but they all connected. Now, excuse me on my pronunciation of some of these places, but one of them was Matatanes, which is located in the Dominican Republic, which is right next to Cuba. And so that connected to a Spanish relation. And then another location was San Cruz de Alagoy. Excuse my pronunciation again, but then I went ahead and searched that up, and my result on that was really weird. But Algoy FM is an adult radio station. It broadcasts in the Eastern Cape province of South Africa. So I can pretty much confirm South Africa is definitely going to be one of the locations in the next Uncharted game. Now, from all the information I've gathered, I'm not done telling you guys all the information and everything, but what I have gathered, I can pretty much get down and say this is definitely not going to be, I'm not going to say definitely, but it's a high chance this is not going to be a prequel. For what I think, this is definitely going to be a sequel to the Uncharted games. Now, that's one location knocked out. A part of the game is more than definitely probably going to be in a little piece of Africa, South Africa, or a pretty good portion of it. Now, I went ahead and looked up other locations, which I found Ciudad Alagoas, which again, Spanish relation. Another one, Terra de Hatay, which the relation I found to that was a wine making place, which is named D Tierra Vineyards. Location, Italy. So I believe somewhere Italy, Dominican Republic, Cuba is one of those places will definitely make an appearance in the game. So the top 3 places I have pretty much figured out is we're going to be going to Madagascar, Africa, and somewhere Italy-wise, Spanish relation, somewhere along those lines. Now, breaking down to what's important, the meat of it all. Why is Robert Drury a part in all this. Like I said, Robert Drury more than likely was a friend of an ancestor or, distant relative of Nathan Drake, as I believe his relative actually left Robert Drury. He was on the ship with Drury's dad and Drury, and a couple. What happened was the now captive sailor. I'm reading this off the internet, off of some of the memoirs. The now captive sailors attempted to escape. Excuse me for my pronunciation. Arion Kedrindra to the east, where Abraham Samuels, a black native of Martinique, reigned over the Antanosi tribes near what is now Forte Dauphin, excuse me, Italy pronunciation, I'm not sure. But then again, that Dauphin was another part that appeared in the trailer. But the failed attempt saw most of the surviving crew cut to pieces, and only a couple youths, Drury included, spared. Now, it said it was a failed attempt. I don't believe that was a failed attempt. I believed everybody failed, yes, but it wasn't a 100% failed attempt. I believe Nathan Drake's relative left Robert Drury behind to save his ass. And I believe that's where everything connects, but then everything doesn't connect. There's a small piece missing. And that piece is, why is Robert Drury now popping up? Is this a relative in the present day who seeks revenge on Nathan Drake? But why? That is the whole thing. We know the motive. We just don't know who's seeking the revenge and why are they. We know why they're after Nathan Drake, but this cannot be. There has to be a bigger reason. Now, every Uncharted game, it has to involve something, treasure, something along those lines. And again, I'm gonna say this, just to add more information on top of what's already been done. While Robert Drury was on the island, he was, a slave to a couple kings, and so he was in some tough shit situations. That's why he was pissed, and he said, you left me there for 15 years to suffer. Remember, he was at the age of 17, so what I'm thinking is Nathan Drake's relative and Robert Drury were very close friends who grew up together. Now, that's pretty much what I can say. We got an idea of where the next game is going to take place, or a couple places. I'm going to be searching up more as another trailer is released. I'll let you guys know. This is Derek from Gaming HQ, and I'm asking y'all, as an internet, through the power of the internet, people, let's work together to try and figure out this mystery, because I've pretty much knocked out a lot of the important things. It's just up to you guys to figure out the motive and why Nathan Drake is now a target for a possible relative of Robert Drury. And the person that was talking definitely has to be a scene from the game that either Nathan was reading Robert Drury's memoirs. That was definitely not Robert Drury alive. If possible, maybe a cutscene of him talking. But no, that was a piece from Robert Drury's memoirs. Again, that was Robert Drury, either speaking his memoirs or Nathan Drake reading it, and therefore might lead to a flashback. That's what we know right now. We know the main character, we know the motive, we just don't know what the modern day motive is. This is Derek from Gaming HQ, everybody. Have a great day. I had a great time breaking this down within the last couple hours, because I just felt like I love maps, and so when they showed that Uncharted teaser trailer with the map, it's like asking to search the internet, through the internet, to find these places in the world and break down the mystery. And so it's an amazing thing to be able to do that. That's why I always love a good teaser trailer involving a map, especially when the map relates to real world. So yeah, that's great. But everybody, you have a great day. Keep on playing, gamers, and let's break it down. Later.
You owe me.